Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is the evening here. It's actually a really nice kind of like early spring evening. It was like 70 degrees today, so I took the time to basically clean up both OMA, the Honda Accord, and the 3rd gen Prelude. So both cars inside and out are looking much better. But enough about me for a minute. Tell me, where are you guys watching today's video from? Let me know down in the comments. I always like to see where you guys are watching from. I was reading the comments on the last video, and there are some of you guys that were from South America, South Africa, Australia. I mean, it's crazy. So just let me know. It's very fascinating to me to see how far the content goes. But today guys, we are gonna be talking about the 3rd gen Prelude. This 3rd gen Prelude specifically, I'm gonna be answering, or I'm gonna do my best to answer some of the most common questions I get about this car, because there are some that I do get a lot and frequently, so I'm gonna try and answer them today. If you're new here, this is my 1988 Honda Prelude. It is the base model. It's the 2.0S model, if you will. It's got the dual carb motor in it. It's a B20A3. It's pretty much stock right now. In fact, actually it is stock. I don't know what I'm saying. I did 5-speed swap it, although it was auto when I picked it up. And no, it does not have the 4-wheel steer. So starting up front, I get a question about these headlights a lot. I don't really know if there's a proper name for them, but I picked them up from Unique Style Racing. I will have a link to these down in the description. They're just a 5x7 LED pattern headlight, and it's a pretty much plug and play situation for the Prelude, except you have to reverse some polarization with the wiring to make these work, but it's nothing too hard. I've actually really enjoyed these over the stock all-in-one piece little headlight situation that it had before. Moving just about a foot down below, we have this front lip, which in fact over winter I freaking broke, guys. I have to buy a new one and then make it fit this bumper again. But I broke it, but it's kind of not noticeable. So anyways, it's off of a 1996 Honda Accord. It's the Type R front lip. Keeping in fashion with the body kit here, the side skirts are also off of an Accord. I believe it was 94 to 96 was the generation of Accord you want. And I think you want, I don't remember if it was the 4-door or the 2-door that you want, but I believe if you pick up either one will work, but you'll just have to trim it down to make it fit the Prelude. So I trimmed off this end cap, cut it to fit, and then glued the end cap back on. And that's what that looks like after some nice trim paint. Again, just side skirts OEM off of a freaking like 95 Accord that I found at a junkyard. And lastly, as far as like the little body kit parts go, the rear bumper extension there, same deal. It's OEM stock off of the same Accord I found at the junkyard, probably 94 to 96, and I just pulled it off. It does take some cutting and whatnot to make this fit, so I'll throw a card up here to that video that I basically did a bunch of this work on, trying to mold this all to fit to the 3rd gen Prelude. I do get this question occasionally. It doesn't come up like all the time, but it's a question that for the life of me, I never remember the answer to, and right now I still don't remember the answer. So by the time I edit this video, I guess this is what it is right here, a Peugeot whatever right here. But the spoiler right back here is a Peugeot spoiler. I really didn't modify it at all. I just slapped it on there as it is. I painted it, clear coated it. Not very well, if I may say so myself. But the fitment is just money. I mean, look at that, guys. For body lines, this is how it looks on both sides. Check that out. So overall, I think it suits the Prelude really well. Honestly, for a part that doesn't even belong on a Honda, it works. And I guess we can move inside, because I do get a question all the time about the C-pillar brace back here. This guy, it's a C-pillar brace off of, again, I don't even want to say it on like audio. I'm just gonna put it up on the screen right here because I don't want to mess it up. So I'll throw it up right here. It's an Integra C-pillar brace, but it's a very specific early model 90 Integra that you need to get it for in order to get it to fit the 3rd gen Prelude. But that's what that is. I guess I haven't really gotten a whole lot of questions, but I am really excited about this mod. This was a custom short shifter that a subscriber actually made and sent me, so I'm really stoked to have this. And this shift knob is the newest addition to the 3rd gen Prelude. And the shift knob is the newest piece and newest addition to the 3rd gen Prelude. So my buddy Nick made that. He makes them all by hand. It's really impressive stuff. He made this one. It's totally custom, so I'm really stoked to have it in the Prelude. And that's, I guess, all I gotta say about that. I don't think there was much. Oh, the steering wheel. Yes, this is an NRG steering wheel. I just have a suede steering wheel. It's the deep dish, so it does have that little deep dish action going on. It's an NRG steering wheel. It's an NRG quick release and NRG hub as well. And I think that honestly, like, might wrap it up for mods that I get. Oh, suspension, dudes. What am I talking about? We haven't even talked about wheels, tires, or suspension. So for suspension, all around, obviously, all around, I'm running Megan Racing coilovers. They're kind of hard to get, so I often tell people to get the K-Sports if you can get your hands on them. They're about the same as far as quality and what they can do. So Megan Racing or K-Sport for coilovers if you guys are looking for them. I have the Heritage Emolas for the wheels. They are 17-inch, though I do run a staggered setup. In the rear, it's a 17 by 9.5. Offset is plus 15, and up front it's a 17 by 9 with an offset of plus 20. I do have a little bit of stretch on these tires, so I should know these offhand because I've replaced them so many times. But up front it's a 205 4017, and the rear I believe is a 235 3517. Now I think that might be it for mods. There's really not a whole lot I've done to this car as far as modifications, as you guys can tell, but that's really like honestly what the main questions I get are on this car. Not a lot of people have asked about the exhaust because it hasn't been around all that long since I've changed it, but in case you're wondering, it's a 2¼ inch straight back stainless pipe out to basically a muffler that is also stainless, but all the muffler insides have basically come out, so it's just straight piped. It's loud and rowdy. That's all I can say. I hope this answered some of your questions that I know a lot of you have been asking me, so enjoy it. Take the knowledge, do well with it. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. If you give it a thumbs down, just like let me know in the comments why. I like constructive criticism, that's fine. But if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another moment of Elevated. And with that being said, keep elevating. I'll see you next time. Peace out.